we're turning back the clock to the 4th of December, 1985.
We are indeed. Grab your orange body warmer and rev up the DeLorean. Yes, we're talking about Back to the Future.
And we are so excited to be joined by the iconic duo and the stars of the timeless comedy adventure, Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, Michael, thank you so much for joining us. Can't wait to get into this Back to the Future stuff. But we actually have this picture of you both at Comic-Con together. You've obviously been friends since the start of Back to the Future when you were filming it. You've said, Christopher, though, that instantly you had this kind of like uncle-nephew type relationship with Michael. Is it still the same?
Yeah. Uncle-nephew sort of dynamic there. Mentor.
Guru.
All of the above.
Yeah.
I love it.
And Michael, it's a treat for us Back to the Future fans to see the both of you together. And in that picture, it was taken about 3 weeks ago in Washington, DC. But in reality, how often do you both get to see each other?
In DC. Not as much as we should. We live on different coasts, so I was out in his hometown for a lot of the spring, the town he lives in, but he was out east in New York working on the play. He just, as you notice in the picture, that he had a full beard. He just played King Lear, which is amazing. People don't know about him. He's an amazing theater actor and a really consummate dramatic actor. And but he just took the beard off, I guess, for you guys.
I think you suit a beard, and you suit one without as well, Christopher. Yeah. Richard, we mentioned Steven Spielberg has snapped up the rights to your first book. Yeah. But we'll talk more about that later. But first of all, surely you're a fan of Back to the Future.
Oh, my goodness, of course. I mean, literally, I'm trying to play it cool. I don't think I've ever been more thrilled to be on TV with Christopher and Michael. Isn't that extraordinary? If I could go back in time and tell my 15-year-old self where I was, and I'm with someone who could probably make that happen, it would be, I mean, can you imagine? Yeah, I mean, it's brilliant. And listen, I know you're going to talk about the musical, which sounds absolutely extraordinary. I could not be happier.
Well, you and many others feel exactly the same.
I feel exactly the same.
Yeah, we all feel the same. Well, we're going to be hearing all about Back to the Future, the musical, as you said, Richard, which had its opening last night. And that's exactly what happened last night with the production of Back to the Future, the musical. An actor playing Doc Brown actually tested positive for COVID. It opened with the understudy stepping into the role. Christopher was actually in the audience, and we're going to hear exactly what he thought about it very soon.
But first, that musical is, of course, based on the 1985 smash hit movie Back to the Future, a time-travelling comedy adventure that won over generation after generation. Let's take a look at Christopher and Michael in action.
Watch this, watch this.
Love it.
Michael, we've got to talk about the DeLorean. It's such an iconic vehicle. I think everyone in the world knows what vehicle that's from. But you had a little bit of a nightmare a few times, didn't you, trying to get in and out of it, because it's actually quite a small space.
Chris can tell you that we had some scenes where Elizabeth Shue, who played my girlfriend, and Aini, the dog, and Chris and me would jam in that car to do scenes. It was in part two. And it got pretty stinky and pretty tight. But it was a lot of sharp corners. A lot of like all the foot patch and all that. That was like raw metal. That was like really hard edges, and so I usually get scratched up and cut up a little bit doing it. But it was a good ride. I'll have that ride again.
I mean, full credit to you. I was fortunate enough to see the DeLorean in Media City up in Manchester, and I think I only got in it once and already banged my head. So yeah, full credit to you. But was very excited, as you can see, to have a go in there.
You look all right. Suits you, Sam. Suits you.
That would not suit me, would it?
Definitely not.
I don't think you'd fit in it, Richard, with the old long legs.
Knees would be around your ears, I think, Richard, wouldn't they? Michael, you were actually brought in to the film, wasn't you? I only found this out today, but you were brought in 6 weeks after the film had started already filming to replace the original Marty McFly. I mean, what was that like when you got that phone call to come in and replace?
Well, it's interesting to come into a situation where an environment that's already set and has been operating, whether it was operating the way they wanted it to or not, it was a going concern. And so I just came into it and just injected as much energy as I could into it. The first scene we shot was that scene in the parking lot with the flames, and so I think the first line I uttered was, "You built a time machine out of a DeLorean?" and just a lot of times with Chris, like Chris was saying, we work together so well because we're both shameless, and we'll do whatever we have to do to get the scene going and get lively and be entertaining. And he's just a brilliant man. It took me a while to appreciate just how fully brilliant he is and how much he's meant to my career and the way I look at acting and the way I look at life.
Oh, that's amazing. Really nice.
That is amazing. And Christopher, Michael's just talked there about that opening scene. It was one of the first ones that you did with all the flames and the special effects. Now, you saw the stage show last night. How did they recreate that type of feel, just like the movie?
I don't know, but they did it. It's a wonderful show. Have you seen any of it, Michael?
Yeah, I saw the full tape of the dress rehearsal. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was amazing. It's, I feel bad for that actor that played you.
I was blown away. It's pretty great.
Yeah, he said that he felt sorry for the actor that played you.
Oh, the actor...
The one that was sick. The actor I saw in the dress rehearsal was the actor who worked.
Huh?
Yeah, because the actor that played you got COVID, so there was one that stepped in.
Who was signed to do Doc tested positive for COVID yesterday.
Yeah.
That's ironic, isn't it? A character called Doc getting tested positive for COVID. If anyone is going to be...
Oh, it's a good spot, that, Richard. What was...
I thought, man, if I was an actor with the weight of that...
You are an actor.
And the afternoon before the performance, somebody calls me and says, "Hey, you're up."
Yeah.
You know, and he was wonderful.
Well, that was
I mean, he was there, full out, gave a great performance.
That's brilliant to know.
Good.
Michael, you know, the film has got so many iconic scenes and catchphrases. What was your favourite scene to film and why?
Well, I'd have to say there are many with Chris, but the one that I have to say stands out to me is the Johnny B. Good scene. That was just living in a fantasy I had my whole life would be a rock star, and I ended up a TV actor and a part-time movie actor. But I wanted to be Eric Clapton. I wanted to be Jimmy Page.
So great.
So to do this scene was really a thrill for me. And if you notice, I threw in all these flourishes of Pete Townsend Windmill and Chuck Berry Duck Walk and Jimi Hendrix behind the back and all that stuff.
Yeah. Actually had so much love for all three of you coming in on tonight's show. But Michael, we can't not mention your Parkinson's Foundation because it's raised over $1 billion. I mean, huge congratulations. Absolutely amazing. You're such a positive person. I mean, how hopeful are you that a cure can be found for Parkinson's?
I'm very hopeful. I'm confident. But the $1 billion is not only raised, but it's $1 billion directed toward research. So that's, I mean, whatever it costs to raise it, 8% or 9%, whatever. But the majority of it goes right to research, and we think that they're beating down a lot of doors. There's a lot of different avenues and ways to approach this from all different points of view from the scientific community, but we think we're chasing some positive answers, and we think by 10 years or so we could be into some really active treatments and possibly cures.
It's an incredible achievement, Michael, honestly. And we've had so many comments come in for you all on the show tonight. I've got one from Nicola on Twitter that says, "My teen self is diving having Marty and Doc on the one show." And a message from Jen saying, "Can I just say that Michael J. Fox
is a wonderful and inspirational gentleman, very thoughtful answers and genuinely humble. And it's a privilege to watch him and Christopher on TV.
Yeah.
Wishing him and them both good things.
Yeah, brilliant. And also, we've got one for you here from Kelly on Twitter, Richard, and it says, I'm really enjoying The Man Who Died Twice. It's such a funny and engaging and witty book. I love the characters, and it's great to catch up with them.
Oh, that's nice. Does she add it's out on Thursday?
I think
You can do that if you want to write to camera on. Go on, right then.
It's out on Thursday.
It's out on Thursday.
Oh, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. And Richard, good luck with the book. And
Thank you.
guys, good luck with the stage.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Michael, thank you very much. Christopher, thank you to you as well, too. And you too, Richard. Thank you.
See you soon.